Fellow St. Lucians, greetings to you. The Pesticides and Toxic Chemicals Control Board of St. Lucia, in conjunction with the Coordinating Group of Pesticide Control Boards of the Caribbean, commemorates Pesticides Awareness Week 2015. This is a Caribbean-wide event under the auspices of the Coordinating Group of Pesticide Control Boards of the Caribbean. Pesticides Awareness Week will be observed from September 20th to September 26th, 2015, and the theme this year is Protect Children from Pesticides. In general, a pesticide is a chemical or biological agent that deters, incapacitates, kills, or otherwise discourages pests. In the household setting, a pesticide is any bit, liquid, powder, or spray used to kill a pest. Most people aren't aware that household pesticides, the products we use in and around our homes to kill ants, germs, cockroaches, flies, mice, rats, termites, can harm a child's health if not stored properly or if used improperly. Children are at greater risk for pesticide poisoning for a number of reasons. Children's internal organs are still developing and maturing, and their metabolic and immune systems may provide less natural protection than those of an adult. There are critical periods in human development when exposure to a toxin such as a pesticide can permanently alter the way an individual's biological system operates. Children, therefore, may be exposed more to certain pesticides because often they eat different foods and they are more carefree than adults. For instance, children typically consume larger quantities of milk, applesauce, orange juice, and so on per pound of weight than do adults. Most of these products may have, in one way or another, been exposed to pesticides. Children can come in contact with pesticides that are stored improperly, that are applied in our homes, in the daycares, in the schools, in the parks, in the farms, or pesticides that are used on pets. Children often touch things and put their hands in their mouths. They also crawl and play on floors, in grass, or in other spaces that might contain pesticides. These activities put our children at higher risk of pesticide poisoning. Contact with pesticides may cause serious harm to our children's health. We in St. Lucia must be very concerned about pesticides and our children's health. There are a number of very practical safety tips. Guardians and caregivers need to be very careful. We need to implement those safety tips in order to protect our children. You must read all the labels first, and always read the labels. Follow the directions that are written on the label before using the product, no matter how harmless the product looks to you. Crawl around on your hands and knees to see if you have missed any potential dangers from your child's own viewpoint. Use child-resistant packaging correctly by tightly sealing the containers after every use. Install safety latches on cabinets to deter children getting access to stored chemicals. Choose the pesticide package and look at those packages carefully. The packages will let you know how dangerous or potentially dangerous the pesticide may be to the health of our children. Keep pesticides in their original containers. Never put poisonous products in containers that could be mistaken for juice or for food. Teach children that pesticides are poisons and they should not be touched. Lock up all pesticides and harmful products in a cabinet out of a child's reach. Before applying pesticides, indoors or outdoors, remove children, their clothing, and especially their toys. The government of St. Lucia has recognized the importance of protecting the health of our nation as well as our children, and has instituted strategic interventions aimed at regulating and managing the indiscriminate entry and the use of agrochemicals and toxic chemicals in the country. One such measure is the enactment of the Pesticide and Toxic Chemical Controls Act of 2001. This allows for the establishment of the Pesticides and Toxic Chemical Control Board to regulate the importation, use, and disposal of such chemicals in the country. The new board, comprising of representatives of the public and private sectors, commenced its 3-year term on October 20th, 2014. This board is responsible for the registration and licensing of all pesticides and toxic chemicals. It is also the board's responsibility to ensure that the registered pesticides are used and disposed of properly, and that St. Lucians are sensitized and educated about agrochemicals, their effect, and their management in our daily lives. Do not take the regular sprays and insecticides and herbicides, the insecticides that we spray all around our homes, in our bedrooms, in our living rooms, all around the children's play, the cribs. Do not take them for granted. Use them properly. They are poisons. On this occasion of Pesticide Awareness Week 2015, I wish to commend the Pesticides and Toxic Chemicals Control Board for the major role it has been playing in regulating the importation, distribution, sale, and use and disposal of pesticides in St. Lucia, and ensuring that the public is informed regarding the safe use of pesticides. I particularly like the theme for this year, Protect Children from Pesticides. As a nation, we value the well-being of our children. Further, in addition to our natural urge to protect what we love, we know that at a societal level, for the society to be successful in its development, children and healthy children are key to a secure future. Let me hasten to say that no individual, government, or agency on their own can achieve a safe chemical environment. We must all commit to working together to promote our economic viability while safeguarding the health of our people, including our children. Our environment and our biodiversity are also important to us. So while farmers use pesticides, and they need to use pesticides, while householders continue to use pesticides and they need to use, we also stress the importance of a work culture that involves fewer and fewer pesticides. I congratulate the farmers, the cooperatives, the organizations, the fisher groups that are using less and less chemical additives in the production of food in St. Lucia. We have seen some very good examples of farmers and fishers and cooperatives that are using less toxic chemicals to produce our food. I congratulate you. Let us continue to move in that direction. I wish all St. Lucians, pesticide suppliers, farmers, householders, all those who use pesticides, and inform Pesticides Awareness Week. Safety is important. Safety must be a way of life. Let us protect our children, and let us use this week to inform ourselves about the dangers that pesticides can pose to our children if they are not used properly. I thank you, and have a safe and well-informed Pesticides Awareness Week 2015. I thank you.